September 11th, 2001. I was 11 years old, and my brother and I were woken up by my mother, who had gotten a call from a friend, family friends, also fellow homeschooler, saying, "You need to turn on your TV right now because there's news happening that's breaking right now. A plane apparently ran into a building in New York." My parents wake us up. We get in front of the TV. We had an old set TV with no remote. It had a dial for the channels. We popped it on and dialed it in, and it was 2001, but that's what we were on a budget. And we saw this second plane hit the tower live on television after the replays had been playing for the last 15, 20 minutes or so of what happened. And so initially the anchor actually thought that they were just another angle that we didn't see yet, and he asked on TV, I don't remember which station this was, but asked on TV, "Is that another angle?" And it wasn't. It was actually a live video shot of the second plane hitting the tower. And then we realized that this was not an accident, this was intentional. To what degree? Eventually the announcers, the anchors filled in those gaps with the idea that this could be a terrorist attack on our trade center. This is obviously not had happened in 1991, and so they didn't rush into that conclusion, but it was very evident, and so eventually they did. My family and I watched the entire day, and of many days following in the aftermath. And what was amazing was the response of our nation, not only to unify together, but to recognize that it is only by the hand of God that we have our sovereignty and that we have our greatness, and that we have to return to Him and seek His face when tragedy especially strikes, not only to deal with the tragedy, but to recognize that it's only by His good grace and our obedience to Him that we have a successful nation, that we have a nation that is flourishing and that is well protected. And so this was all during the time of the Left Behind series also happening within conservatism and the churches. And so we thought this might have been the end times. This might have been the moments up to coming crescendoing into what would have eventually transpired as the rapture. We have not had the rapture yet, but that is a key thing that was going through our minds. And I still hope for our nation that we don't have to experience such incredible tragedy in order for us to turn and once again seek God's face as a nation, and obey Him in our laws and in the way we live. So I pray that we don't have to experience this again, but it very well might happen. That's what 9/11 means to me.